What do you think of them?
This is why it's so nice to not have makeup on.
That is so beautiful.
No,
They're ridiculous.
no,
She never stops whining.
no.
Meghan Markle Googled, is the race card an actual card?
Slay the dragon, save the princess. I'm like, that's my husband.
I love your Luke.
Sorry, what's that?
Your Luke. You look amazing. Your Luke.
My Luke, my
Luke. My look. She likes my Luke.
Your voice is driving me crazy and I'm about to jump over there and put my fists down your throat.
She's allegedly wearing no makeup. Meanwhile, she's got like the perfect blowout. Like she's completely camera ready. And she also is pretending like she's crying. There isn't a tear in sight. It's an actor's trick.
I've never seen someone that struggles to just give us like one strip of authenticity.
I think the woke have been asleep.
Oh my gosh, I work so hard.
You're complaining about your hard life and you're so privileged. It's just so weird.
It's ridiculous.
I'm searching for something to like about her, and it's so hard.
Well, if Meghan and Harry can quit their family, you can too.
Meghan Markle. The name alone sparks a whirlwind of thoughts and opinions, doesn't it? Whether you love her or you can't stand her, one thing is undeniable. Meghan knows how to stay in the headlines. From stepping down from royal duties to launching her podcast, Meghan Markle has cultivated a media presence that's impossible to ignore. But lately, it seems like she's doubling down on the victim narrative, her struggles, her emotional moments, and her personal journey. But here's the question. Is Meghan really playing the victim? Or is she strategically building a brand that's just as powerful as any royal title? In her recent podcast episode, Meghan opens up about her life, her challenges, and the constant media scrutiny she faces. At first glance, it might seem like a raw, heartfelt moment, a woman finally being heard. But after diving deeper, the question remains, is this true vulnerability, or just another chapter in a carefully orchestrated PR campaign? Let's break it down and see if we can separate the reality from the branding. Meghan Markle's latest podcast episode promised to be something different, a glimpse into her real life, stripped of the glam, the makeup, the media filters. She appeared in front of her microphone, hair undone, makeup free, talking about her experiences with mental health and the pressures of being in the spotlight. At first, it's easy to fall for it. She's talking about the struggles of being a woman in a hypercritical world, the toll of public scrutiny, and her own personal battles. It sounds like she's laying herself bare for the first time, but the longer you listen, the harder it becomes to ignore the nagging sense that this raw moment might not be as genuine as it seems. Let's start with the emotions. Meghan spoke about how she's faced constant criticism, how the press has painted her as a villain, and how her mental health has been impacted by the relentless scrutiny. It sounds incredibly real. And at times, it might even pull at your heartstrings. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite the emotional topics, not a single tear was shed. She spoke about deep, personal struggles, yet her face remained composed, her eyes dry. For some listeners, this might seem like a red flag. How can someone talk about the intensity of their struggles without showing any signs of emotional vulnerability? Some critics even pointed out that this felt more like a carefully rehearsed performance rather than an impromptu sharing of pain. Was Meghan putting on a show, hoping to sway public opinion with her authenticity? Or was she genuinely opening up about her feelings? This is where things get tricky. Meghan is no stranger to the media game. She's been in the public eye for years, and she knows exactly how to play the press. Could this raw podcast appearance be just another instance of Meghan controlling the narrative? After all, no one does self-promotion quite like Meghan Markle. She's been building her personal brand for years, from her role on Suits to her high-profile marriage to Prince Harry. And now, with her podcast and other ventures, she's still in the game, perhaps more strategically than ever. But then, there's Jamie Kern-Lima, Meghan's podcast co-host and friend, who practically worshipped Meghan throughout the episode. The praise was so over the top, it almost felt like a fan club meeting rather than an interview. It was as if the entire podcast was scripted to make Meghan appear even more relatable, even more human. But when the people closest to you are praising you non-stop, can you really trust their words? Or are they just reinforcing the carefully crafted image you want to project? Okay, let's take a step back and talk about Meghan's brand. If you haven't been following her recent moves, let's catch you up. Meghan Markle has built an empire based on one simple premise: relatability. She wants us to see her as just another mum, dealing with the pressures of everyday life. Cooking meals, caring for her kids, managing her career. But here's the thing, is she really living the life she portrays? Or is it all just for the cameras? Meghan's lifestyle brand is growing rapidly. She's launched several product lines, including everything from yoga mats to pet bowls to artisanal jam. She's marketed these products as part of her mission to bring wellness and joy to her followers. But is this the real Meghan? Or is this just another extension of her brand? Let's talk about the yoga mats. Meghan has talked openly about how yoga has helped her manage stress, and she's even made some moves in the wellness industry. But critics are quick to point out that, despite the imagery of serenity and self-care, she's still a multimillionaire with an entire team of staff. Is Meghan really the hands-on mum who is leading by example, or is she outsourcing everything behind the scenes? The same goes for her new venture into the world of beauty and fashion. It seems like every new product launch is another attempt to create the illusion that Meghan is some kind of wellness guru or fashion icon. But in reality, these are just carefully marketed products. Nothing more than a way to keep her name in the spotlight. And let's not forget the backlash from people who have yet to receive refunds on her previous product launches. When your brand is built on being relatable, it's hard to come back from that kind of negative press. But Meghan's brand isn't just about products. It's about her image, her lifestyle, and how she portrays herself to the world. She's been very vocal about how difficult her life has been, especially after stepping away from royal duties. She's described her experiences with intense media scrutiny and personal attacks. But isn't it strange that, at the same time, she's using these very experiences to sell products and grow her platform? Does she really want privacy, or does she just want to control the narrative? Now let's get into the heart of the matter. Meghan has been very public about her need for privacy, but at the same time, she's been constantly putting herself back in the spotlight. When she and Harry released their Netflix documentary, it was filled with intimate moments of their life, moments that Meghan claimed she didn't want to share, and yet, she shared them with the world. It's hard not to see a pattern here. Meghan seems to thrive in the spotlight, even while claiming she wants to escape it. She wants to live a quiet life with her family, yet she regularly turns to the media to tell her side of the story. It's almost as if the public's perception of her is just another product she's selling. And then there's her relationship with the royal family. Meghan and Harry have been very vocal about their strained relationship with the monarchy. Meghan's pointed remarks about King Charles, the media's treatment of her, and her struggle for privacy all add fuel to the fire of her public victimhood. But could this be part of the branding as well? Meghan has turned her perceived victimhood into a branding strategy. Every comment about her treatment at the hands of the royal family only serves to strengthen her narrative. Every media story that paints her as a victim only works in her favor, boosting her visibility and strengthening her brand. But here's the thing, how much of it is real and how much of it is part of the story she's telling? Meghan Markle is a savvy businesswoman, and she knows how to capitalize on her own narrative. If playing the victim gets her more publicity and keeps her in the spotlight, why wouldn't she continue to lean into it? So, what's next for Meghan Markle? Is she going to continue to ride the wave of victimhood and public scrutiny? Or will she finally take a step back from the public eye? It seems like she has mastered the art of staying relevant, even when it seems like her brand is on the verge of imploding. But here's the catch. As her brand grows, so does the backlash. People are starting to see through the carefully curated image she's selling. They're questioning whether the vulnerability is real or just a clever marketing tool. And as much as Meghan may try to position herself as a relatable, down-to-earth woman, The reality is that the public is growing more and more skeptical of her narrative. The question remains, will Meghan Markle ever be able to escape the media circus she's created? Or is she stuck in a cycle of self-promotion that will keep her in the public eye for years to come? One thing's for sure, Meghan Markle knows how to build a brand, but at what cost? We want to hear your thoughts. Is Meghan Markle a victim of the media, or is she just playing us all? Drop a comment below and let's discuss.